So the way Sandy taught, the way he wanted it presented is first year, second year. First year, three month sessions. Second year, three-month sessions, okay? So a total of a year and a half, but with breaks, you'll hear it. The Meisner Technique's a 2-year training program. The first year was designed by Sandy, these are his words, trying to put a foundation in place where you're just so consistently out of your head and working from your gut, naturally, spontaneously, so that when we work on scenes, we're able to handle scripted material in the same spontaneous moment-to-moment way. Every time you work on a scene, first session, it'll be different, second session, it'll be different, third session, it just evolves and grows. But first year is all about just learning how to just play with somebody else's words and really be not much of a stretch. Even if the character is very different, etc., not much time and attention is devoted to that, to really that element, that stretching of that. No wardrobe is allowed in first year whatsoever. No accents, no externals like that. Props are a minimum, kept to a minimum, right? So that's first year. Second year work is designed to, as Sandy once said, to get you ready to go work at the highest level, to be able to go play opposite people like Daniel Day-Lewis and who's the guy I like so much? Christian Bale. Holy hell. I love Christian Bale's work, and Amy Adams and Kate Winslet and people like that who are able, and of course the greats like Meryl Streep, and who are able to transform. And how do you do that? Well, at the Meisner Technique second year, it's all about learning how to do that. It's all about learning how to earn a character, not play it, to not just put on window dressings and cliches and a wig and an accent and call it good, but really earning these extreme worlds. And there's a lot of components to it. It does start with, second year work starts right away with accents and impediments like drunk or high or, all these things that actors have to do. And then even continues to expand to all different types of personality dynamics from OCD and autism and whatever you are on that spectrum of the character that's being played. Ideally, these days, hopefully they're hiring actors who are on the spectrum. That's what should happen more and more. It is, but it should be happening. But as actors, we're going to be constantly asked to play certain things that are beyond our natural range and ability. And that's what second year is all about, teaching those things. And one element that really, there's been a lot of people who've written books about the Meisner Technique. One of Sandy's great proteges was a gentleman named Bill Esper. Bill was a great teacher. But Bill and Sandy had a huge falling out 30 plus years before Sandy passed and before Bill passed. So they went their separate ways. And they went their separate ways because Sandy felt Bill had already gone a separate way, that Bill was teaching his own version of the Meisner Technique, and Sandy didn't like that. He wanted the purity of it. He said to him, tell people you're teaching the Bill Esper technique, no problem, but not the Meisner Technique. You've deviated too much. Okay. Now those are Sandy's words. Bill's a wonderful teacher, and he certainly had the core of the Meisner Technique in his teachings, but he did evolve it. He did make it his own. And in his books, there's no mention of several elements that were critical in Sandy's teachings. But his books are incomplete too. It's not literally walking you through the entire technique, nor is the book with Sandy's picture on it, Sanford Meisner on Acting. That was never supposed to be a teaching syllabus. That's a writer, a fly on the wall, what it was like to audit classes, what that book was supposed to be about. There's another gentleman who's written books who never even studied with Sandy, who he'd have no clue about what the second year was about. Because look, one of the great things about studying with Sandy at the end of his life was that he was evolving and growing the technique over a 65-year teaching career. And in the last several years of his life, one of the key elements that he presented in second year work were what are called histories. Histories are a chance to literally live out the autobiographies that you create in these worlds that you're imagining. So if you're working, the scene is about this couple that's here in time, right? They're married, they're struggling, one of them had an affair, that's where they're. Well, histories are about, and this is more associated to what you might think or hear about method acting, but trust me, Sandy used to say you're more method actors than most method actors, meaning that these elements and components, these are basic. He's been evolving histories for a long time, integrating them, especially in the latter part of second year work for certain exercises. But by the time I studied with Sandy, he was encouraging us to be doing histories all the time, not only in class, but outside of class as well. So this is another element to be able to earn the right to speak these words and earn the right to play these characters and take them out in public, you know, whatever these impediments might be. Look, bottom line, second year work is all about learning how to go beyond playing your natural selves, to be able to earn a point of view and behavior and a dynamic that is so the opposite of you, the antithesis of you in many ways, truly to transform and shed who you are naturally and who you need to become in this imaginary circumstance, relationship, and world. I have several shows that I tour, and I've had the highest compliment paid to me by family members over the years. They literally will, when the work's done, they're like, I didn't even recognize you up there. Right? I didn't even recognize you. And that really is what second year work is all about. Earning the right to speak those words and growing beyond your natural selves. And it too is a brick by brick process. First year is this, and second year is like this whole different experience. When you talk to people that have at our studio that have gone through the training properly, they'll tell you, this is the truth, you'll hear, their favorite session is the next one. Their favorite session is the one that just finished, I should say. So after they finish third session, they're like, oh my God, it can't get better than that. And yet the fourth session, people are going, you wait, because it just continues to evolve and grow and expand. So that's the genius of what Sandy created, and that's what second year work's all about. I hope that helps. You teachers out there, reach out. Students with questions, I'm happy to help, okay? All right. See you soon.